Hey everyone, I haven't done a video in quite a while. I don't think since before I put seedlings in the greenhouse in the spring. Anyways, I wasn't sure if I was going to post anything this summer because life is busy. But just a quick garden tour. I'm up in Minnesota and we've had terrible drought like a lot of the country this year. So things are pretty far behind. Got all sorts of tomatoes. I've done different trellises in the years past. This year I'm using a cattle panel fencing, and so far that's working really well. Strawberries are done for the year. Over here I have more tomatoes. I'm trying a couple new varieties this year. If you can see this huge one here, it's just gigantic. This is a Hungarian heart. So excited to try that one. It's almost done. We had just a small trellis of peas. Green beans are coming up late. I have more bare spots in the garden than I usually prefer, but the chickens got out and scratched through a bunch this year. I have my chicken run on the back side of the garden here, and it's super handy for when you want to throw over scraps to them, or if you're weeding a little bit, really just anything you can just throw it over. Here's another trellis. I have cucumbers coming up, and again, just with the drought, everything's so far behind. You can see they're slowly starting to come up. But eventually they will need to water. They'll come up over, and it's easier. Like, I would encourage you to do some research about vertical gardening if you don't have a lot of space in your garden. It's one way to fit more in a smaller space. And then, like with the cucumbers, they're easier to pick. We took down an old deck this year, and it had a lot of this wood trellis on it. And one thing I found that works great for is shade, just a little shade. So for example, got cabbage tucked back in here. Cabbage are a cool weather crop. They don't like a lot of heat. And so, there's wasps all over. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is just full of wasps. Interesting. Anyway, so the cabbage don't like heat. They're one of there's several cool weather crops. Again, blank space here where the chickens got in and scratched everything up. Did a second planting of carrots in there. My onions, I already had to pull a few. Again, the chickens got in there. This was all in just one time they got in here. So if you do have chickens, they're great. But if they get into your garden, just be prepared. They will scratch up everything. This is another trellis that I've done melons on in the past. And so I have on here right now, I'm trying cantaloupe. See, I have one small cantaloupe here. So my husband made me this trellis. It was easy and cheap. He made it last year, so lumber prices were a little more reasonable, but even still, it's an easy, cheap trellis that you can just fold up. And then I just bring it in the winter. But works great for expanding garden space because it's vertical gardening. And let's see. This is late. But this will be, hopefully, I still have time. I did a second planting of green beans. And it will trellis up. So I just put stakes and then kind of make a tent. Another new thing I'm trying this year, we've done pumpkins and squash in the past, and these are, I don't know the name. It's like a French name, I can't say it, but these are Cinderella pumpkins. But they're really pretty so far, and I've got quite a few coming up in here. And then I keep meaning to do a video, because we did expand this year a bit and got bees. So I keep my bees right here by the garden. And that's been an exciting journey, and we just started. this spring, so I haven't really done a lot of videos. I don't like to do videos about things I don't really know anything about. So as we're learning, I'm learning more and more all the time. I'll probably post a few of those. I think that's it for the garden. Maybe I will come and show you a little bit. If you do garden and you do have the room, I would definitely suggest getting bees. They are really fun, and of course they're great for pollinating the garden as well. Anyway, so that's just a little garden check-in so far this year. Thanks for watching.